Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, a free site, bettingangle.us, a free site. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now let's talk about one of the liver divisions in boxing, right? A division that, quite frankly, has a lot of energy right now. And it's Cruiserweight. Think J.O. Pataya. Think Neil Gaver. Think Maris Briedis. Think Arzin Goulimarian. Right? In my favorites folder right now on YouTube is the Chris Billam-Smith Mateusz Masternak fight. Now, just understand, I made a pre-fight video. It's still up. I believe it's dated November 22nd, 2023, where I talked about what I perceived to be holes in Chris Billam-Smith's game, right? Billam-Smith, who's 6'3" and fighting at cruiser, is certainly a puncher's puncher. But, and this is the biggest hole, he doesn't have ring coverage. This is not a guy who's going to hit you with a lot of straight rights. This is not a guy who can keep you outside with his jab. That's not his game, right? One of the reasons why his fight against Lawrence Okolie ends up being a clinch fest is CBS has to get inside to hurt you. Now, this fight was noteworthy because CBS was going off at a 4-1 favorite. Master-Nack, believe it or not, was a better than 3-1 underdog. Let me tell you what happened. You need to know about it. It's noteworthy. Right? In a CBS venue, with the fans live scoring the fight for the telecast, at the end of 6 rounds, and understand it's a 12-round fight, if the other guy gets to 6 rounds, you're in big trouble because the best you can do is tie him. After 6 rounds, Masternak had won 5 of the rounds. Billam-Smith had only won 1. Right? Just understand, that mirrored the judges' cards. 2 of the judges had Masternak winning 5 rounds. 5. Now, in the film, and I want you to take a look at it, appreciate it, because it's so obvious, right? Billam-Smith, when you're at distance, is a lost puppy. Strong puncher, has a very strong core, but just understand, he's not defensively blessed. He can't get his head out of the way for straight right hands. He came out in the first round here, and he's hunting Masternak, who's doing KG vet stuff, right? Masternak's throwing punches, but you notice his hand speed is slow. By the time we get to the second round, you notice his hand speed has increased by about 40%, right? Masternak's playing possum in the first round. But understand, Billam-Smith went for the fast knockout. Billam-Smith races across the ring, is leaning on Masternak, and is throwing short power shots. That's his real game. That's his real game. Short power shots. He leans on Masternak, and then you notice he is trying to hit Masternak to the body. Eventually, it paid off for him. What happened is Masternak could not answer the bell for the 8th round because apparently he believed he had broken a rib. Now, the opponent who can keep CBS outside, who can keep circling him, right? Let's say a cruiserweight version of Devin Haney, right? Maybe J.O. Pataya would be able to pull this off, right? He's the best mover at cruiser. But a guy who can stay outside and who can extend his arms, who can have ring coverage, who doesn't have to be deep in the pocket to hit CBS, who can be outside and, have him trying to walk through jabs, have him trying to walk through straight right hands. That guy might be able to just simply beat CBS. Right? Just understand, folks, a greater than 3-1 underdog won 5 of the first 6 rounds in a fight before CBS's fans in the United Kingdom. Right? Now, CBS was able to lean on Masternak. I don't think Masternak fully appreciated how CBS's punches, sometimes behind Masternak's elbow, could have so much damage on him. Let me point out that again here, and I know boxers don't believe in this defense, but I encourage people to look at how George Foreman and Archie Moore used to cross their hands. That's made for a guy like this, right? As he comes inside, you want to be backing away, but you also want to protect your body. You don't want this guy looping shots around your defense to hit you in the ribcage, right? But understand, Billam-Smith can't trade with you. Master-Nack figures out that he's found a home for his straight right on Billam-Smith's jaw. Billam-Smith could not make the defensive adjustment in round after round. As I pointed out in the pre-fight video, Masternak is a fitness buff. He's on the balls of his feet. His legs look so much fresher than CBS's, right? And CBS is the younger guy by 3 years. In other words, CBS, he's a bit methodical and a bit predictable. Yes, he has a huge punch. Yes, a puncher only has to be right once. And he was right somewhere along the line before Masternak revealed that he had a broken rib in this fight. Right? He was right in this fight. Clearly, a hedge in CBS fights has to be CBS by stoppage. But make no mistake about it, he's going to have a problem against guys with ring coverage. I need for people to realize, too, how lively the Cruiserweight division is. CBS has already lost to Richard Riakporhe, right? Folks, this is really the heyday of British boxing, right? The UK has had some great boxers in the past. Randy Turpin, after all, beat Sugar Ray Robinson, right? But just understand, at Cruiser, you have a Coley, you have Riakporhe, and CBS is the guy with the title. And of course, at heavy, you have Fury, you have Dubois. That's 2 guys who've had shares of the heavyweight title, right? Dubois was a minor title, and of course, you have AJ. I would argue an intriguing heavyweight, who people don't even think about, but who has a punch that can match anybody in the division. From where I sit, is Fabio Wardley. Right? Understand the UK per capita right now is ground zero for boxing. Well, things are going to sort themselves out at Cruiser. I'm taking Maris Briedis, who broke Obataya's jaw in 2 places, folks, the first time they fought. I'm going to take Maris Briedis over Jay Opataya. I'll concede. Maris Briedis is an old man now, but power is the last to go. I believe Briedis spent the first half of the last fight trying to read Obataya's movement. Now he has the film, now he has the mental picture. He'll be better prepared for the start of the fight. Right? CBS, huge puncher. Right? But my goodness, folks, he really can't fight from distance. Let's just be blunt here. Really can't fight from distance. His game is to lean on you and throw very big shots from up close. The problem is, if he needs to be up close, aren't there guys who can keep him at least an arm's length away? Right? Let's also remember, too, Masternak is 36 years old. Right? Billam-Smith is 33. Let's just say Billam-Smith is not a mover. He got the stoppage here. Folks, he was at risk. Masternak at different times of the fight starts opening up with combinations up top. And you didn't see CBS with the ability to duck away from the shots. He's just getting hit with the punches. Now here in this fight, he didn't get swollen up, right? He didn't have an eye close on him and stuff like that. But you and I know, when you get hit flush like this, repeatedly, by a guy straight right, that's a distinct possibility. So I encourage everyone here, because the Cruiserweight division is a lively division, I encourage everyone here to look at the film of CBS against Masternak. Let me just say, too, Masternak has live legs. I know he's 36. Folks, he's an in-shape 36. When you see a guy like this who's kept himself in shape, who's bouncing, who just has the faster reflexes, and folks, they're much faster than his younger opponent here, CBS. I believe Masternak has several years left, right? This is a guy who can upset some people. Let's not kid ourselves, too. Okoli's in his 30s. Riakporhe is in his 30s, right? Maris Briedis is well into his 30s. This is not a young division. Anyway, that's how I see it. To lose a fight where your guy wins 5 of the first 6 rounds, oh, why didn't I hedge this? You know, it's sad. I was looking at the pre-fight video and I said, this is part 1. When other odds come out, I will, talk about those other odds and talk about a hedge for the second half of the fight. I wish I would have taken my own advice, right? Let's just say Billam-Smith looks slow. He looks sluggish. Yes, he's a puncher, but he needs to be up in your grill to hurt you. Right? The shots that hurt Masternak are shots where he's leaning on Masternak and he's just throwing chopping shots to Masternak's body in what look like clinches. Folks, that's his game. Right? Masternak, if he had to do it over again, I'm sure would bend at the waist just to get his rib cage out of the picture. Give himself a couple more inches. Right? Food for thought. Anyway, that's how I saw it. Let me hear from you. If you feel that I am diminishing the ability of CBS, tell us about that in the comment section of this YouTube video. Thanks for stopping by.